Hey everyone, you got the Bub031 here again, and I'm doing another layout tour. This time it is for the month of December here at Hotrak. So we're going to go around the layout, see if there's anything different. Most of the modules are the same, but we'll go into a little bit more details with this. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy. So we're back down here in the Dart room again, and as you can see, the layout's a little bit different. Everything's in different locations here. But right now we're doing an entire panorama, as you can see when you walk into this place. And it is actually pretty busy here. This was actually a really fun work layout this weekend, so let's crack on with this. So the first module we'll kind of run up to is Castor River. And this is always by the roadmaster because he is the one who operates the entire layout with the computer to make sure everything works on the layout. This is a very busy industry for working around the layout. So much you can actually do just in that little 16-foot section. We're now moving down the line here. This is South Keys, one of the main stations. It mimics the Transitway station there in southern Ottawa. And we are now coming up to the yard as well. Right there, what you saw for once was the fine box out. So here's the yard. On this side where I am walking right now, that is the passenger terminal. And as you can see, we got a few passenger trains actually sitting in the station waiting to go. And on the far side, we have the main freight operations of the locals all around. We'll go to that side, the other side after, to show you what's actually on that side. Okay, so really that's all the yardmaster's area on the back end. So you usually will keep the locomotive near the tower. And here's the engine facility as well. The through freight is on that a couple of tracks too. And the yard office. We're now coming into Rock Cut, and this is basically where it splits and turns into a single track for Jackfish Bay. You go through the tunnel, and it's a nice long sweeping curve. This is actually, I believe, code 83 track that's actually being used for it. And then there's still water, so we're coming around. So that's one of the branches right there. We're at Mason Creek. Here we got a little freight train coming through. What's one of our main crossovers right there. Here's a quick fringe of an old abandoned line that used to cross the CP Winchester. Coming around one of the big curved bridges right here. We got another two. This is Willowdale, little 2-foot section, and this is Algonquin Park right here. This is actually my module, so still lots of work to do to it, just to let you guys know. I still got to add water features and all that. Yeah, quite a bit of work to do still on it. It's not done. So we got the backtrack that goes to the fill yard. I believe that's Cremona. Here we got Chalk River and Lancaster Hotbox. Yes, the hotbox does work. Here we got Rosebush and Mine Cloghog. This is a good size section of track for doing work. A couple of spots to drop off. There's actually a wheel cleaner for locomotives with the turntable. That is Cremona. The exit to the other side of to the fiddle yard. So we're coming around the loop right now. And there is some businesses, like it's actually a nice little turn. This is meant for actually running long trains as well. So we're coming up here on Bell's Corners, which was just straight scenery. And this is actually the full map layout of the layout for the month. So we're going to continue right now. We're now on the other side, the other loop. That's Deerfield. This is M&O Junction. so that we can actually come back on ourselves, and then that also goes off towards Three Bridges and the branch line. Here's Fallowfield Station built. This was designed, the actual station was designed by a friend, and he actually took the actual dimensions for the actual station. And it's a big sweeping curve coming around across to the actual crossing. Another curve here with McAsphalt and Superior Fuels. Here we're coming up to Three Bridges right now. There's a stick out there because we do got to put a hit switch, even though the switches are supposed to be working now where you can actually electronically. So now we're going down the branch line. So this is Wolf Creek area. Beautiful scenery done of single track main line. And it actually does have super elevated curves. Yep. There's Apple Hill, and now we're coming into MP Foods and Vesta. So this is a giant industry all its own where you can actually have a lot of, it took an hour to actually get in there to actually get some work done. All right, so we're still going through here. Another small industry right there. So this module is a new module built by, well, we're right now at Glen Tay. This is basically being used as a branch line, but this new one right here, this is actually built by our president. It's a giant bakery facility and all that. And he's actually bringing a new module to the January layout, so I'll try and get some shots on that. All right, so we come across the bridge here, and this is basically up to the end. This is Vaughan. Basically, it's a small warehouse slash intermodal facility. This is one of the new modules that was just created too. And as you can see with the flashing, it sort of means that there's a bit of a short right now, so that'll be fixed. And here we got a turntable. So this is new. This was just added. So all you got to do is take the knob right there and actually flip it, and you'll be able to turn around. So this back set track, this is for people who want to set up their own trains and actually run their own through freights. Right here, it's called the Fiddle Yard. And then it goes right out to Beachburg. So it connects to the Beachburg and to the Cremona modules. And as you can see, it's on the backside of Chalk River in Lancaster right now with Rosebush. So here's Mason Creek, coming off the main and across the small bridge here. We got a few industries just up in this area as well. This is Orleans. It's a small little, and as well we got Brewers Mills. Crossing. Yeah, and then we come up to Connaught right here. It's another little small transfer with the end of the line. Just enough to actually run some trains through. So this is the back side of the yard right now. And this is where the yard master will usually sit. He'll have his remote right there. And this is for the car cars for all the trains. So whatever trains are in the yard right now, that's the locals that we have that people will request at the main board to see if it's free. And as you can see, there's a few locals stacked in there behind. And this is one of the last of the other sections right here. I believe this is Wilkes Crossing, this part. And then an end piece. So down here, this is the main thing that runs the layout, what we call the brain. And as well, this is also the track programmer for locomotives, where our roadmaster can actually program everything off the layout. So here's the club layout, everyone, for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this. We are also doing this in January, or in the next month. So there's going to be more videos to come. So thanks for watching, everyone. And as always, make sure the signal's green and keep moving down the line.